Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin Starr, a 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around, one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page finds Leno!
Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fried Fogel again.
Brandon wanted to do a season recap, but I just figured the last 8 weeks were bad enough. So let's do something else. Welcome to the LEO podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter. That's at Bragley, Braggley. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Brandon, the guy full of terrible ideas. You can find him on Twitter at Brandon Dubich. That's Brandon spelled traditionally, Dubich, D-U-B-I-C-H. What's up, Brando?
I've always said I'm an idea guy. Never said I was a good idea guy.
Well, you know, somebody's got to do something.
And I also can no longer be hurt, right? Like we've experienced
true.
This past IU football season.
Unless Alabama wins another national championship, right? Then it's like, what's the point?
I'm just numb. I do. I don't know if that's good or bad yet.
I think I cheered for them against. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. We were all pulling for Auburn.
Yeah.
Or Eagle.
Yeah. And not joining us tonight is super spreader producer Seth. You can block him on Twitter. That's at Setah5, SETAH5. Yeah. I said what I've said. There we go. Again, let's talk about some fun stuff. This is going to start our off season. And
it's just like I said last week, right? The optimism starts today.
That's right.
We got our sadness out on Sunday. For whoever listened, we're done being sad. Now is all upwards and onwards.
Maybe it's all downhill from here, right? Isn't that what they say on who says that? Robert Downey Jr. says that on Due Date. It's not uphill, it's downhill. Downhill would be easier than going uphill. Yeah, either way, whatever. Philip Dunham, committed safety for next year's class, moved up to 4 stars.
Florida 4-star too. This is important. It's kind of like, you know, an Indiana 10 is a California 7. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So this is a Florida 4-star. That's significant.
Yes. So that makes 5 out of our 14 recruits. We have 14 recruits, or we got more than 14 recruits?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's 14 recruits. Either way, we got 5 of them, 4 bangers. A little bit of sad news, whatever. We can do whatever we want with it. Transfers out since the last time we did a pod. We've got 4. Miles Marshall. That's a little bit sad. Jordan Williams.
Have what? His highlights are probably the
Michigan
Penn State game,
year.
Michigan. Yeah. Certainly some highlights with that guy. I mean, I don't want to say I won't miss him, but I mean, I will definitely say I cheered him on. He was part of the amazing season. Hat tip and good luck, buddy.
Exactly. A guy I was excited to see, but apparently never cracked anything towards getting on the field was freshman this year, Jordan Williams. Another wide receiver, and then Cam Buckley, super disappointing transfer in from Texas A&M, transferring out again. I guess I thought he had a one and done thing with us, but apparently not.
Question.
Yes.
Because I never did it because I had a child this fall. Everyone knows to bring it up. But I know you and Seth downloaded the most recent rosters. What was Cam Buckley's overall? I gotta imagine low 80s, right?
He started, I think he started. It was him, Freifogel, and Matthews.
Right. That's what I mean. Like Cam Buckley, even the people that do the rosters who actually do a really good job. If you haven't downloaded the rosters, they hit more than they miss. And they even had this guy as a starter.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get a helmet.
Yeah, he was tough. I mean, I don't know what happened. How many games did he play? Did he play
4 or 5?
4? Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't see the field very much after the first few games. Another guy, I guess it's kind of like maybe the writing was on the wall for him. Cornerback Joseph Daniels Jr. Never saw a lot of the field, special teams kid. I don't imagine him playing a whole lot anyway. He's also going to transfer out of corners. So that's it. Let's talk a little bit.
And just to mention, we are going to cover this weekly.
Yeah.
These won't be the last 4.
No, they won't be.
Seth keeps joking that the over-under's at 19.5.
What are we at now? Do we know?
I don't. Maybe 6, 7.
Well, you've got CJ Person, and
if you count the in-season, we're over 10, right? If you count the running backs.
Yeah.
But you said it best, so I'm going to say it for you. Like, there's been no one significant. I mean, Miles Marshall is probably the biggest name yet, honestly.
So far. Mm-hmm. I mean, we really missed Samson James this year for sure. And Tim Baldwin, I don't know. Again, put as much stock as you want into this as you want. Lost a star. He's down to a 2-star, Tim Baldwin, in the transfer portal. So somebody that obviously I had a lot of high hopes for coming into the season.
We may need to have Chase on next August and get his thoughts on it.
Yeah, right. Let's talk a little bit of some transfer candidates coming in, some rumors that we're hearing, some people that the coaches are visiting this week or did visit over the long weekend. Real quick, some two guys that aren't super serious yet. Hassan Hall from Louisville. Not a whole lot of stats at Louisville, kind of a career backup. I think he's been there for 3 years now. And then Josh Henderson, different looking back out of UNC, 3-star recruit in 2019. Again, didn't play last year. A couple stats here and there throughout his career, nothing crazy. 2 guys that are visiting this next month, one of them next weekend, and one of them, that one gets me super excited. That's Sean Shivers out of Auburn. His name sounds familiar. Stats aren't like out of this world, but he's played a decent amount of football since 2018. He was a 4-star recruit coming in, number 10 overall running back in the country. And he's a kind of a bowling ball, right? 5'7", 189. Isn't that a big dude? I don't know. So that's a good one. The other one, speaking of big dudes, Cam Wiley from Minnesota. I've heard the name. Again, not a ton of stats, a decent year last year. But again, playing behind a preseason All-American and future NFL draft pick, I'm assuming, right? Is he leaving?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is ridiculous, and there's by no way am I saying Sean Shivers or Cam Wiley is this, or even that they're coming to IU. I know as much as you guys know. Kenneth Walker was mostly a nobody.
Yeah, he scored touchdowns. That's it. He did no yardage or anything. Scored touchdowns at Wake Forest.
Like Wake Forest didn't mind losing him. He didn't get buzz on, any sort of media day at the Big Ten, so my point being, just because these guys maybe don't have stats or aren't coming with, aren't Spencer Rattler type, names, doesn't mean they can't be significant. It also, on the flip side, it doesn't mean some of these guys can't be Cam Buckley. No offense to Cam Buckley, right? Yeah. So just because you're so there is a range of spectrum here that I just want everyone to remember, that there's Cam Buckley, then there's Kenneth Walker, and then there's a million in between. So,
sure.
Just wanted to get that out,
Sure.
Perspective, I guess. Perspective.
Yeah, one guy that could take maybe the spot of Miles Marshall, and a guy that a lot of at least fairly diehard IU football fans should remember, Emory Simmons. The coaches visited with Emory Simmons this weekend. If it sounds familiar, I'm pretty sure he was our first committed recruit in 2019.
Early,
yes,
in like February, March.
Yeah. He surprised, I think, at least me. I didn't know UNC was going to be what they were in 2019 and 2020. He was good.
Yes.
Left middle of the season this year, 6'1", 195. I think he was just like a pretty decent high-end 3-star recruit coming out of high school. But again, developed into a pretty nice player, made some good touchdowns that I saw him catch a few times, a couple games that I watched. Again, no visit set up for him yet, but coach has visited him this week. Another one, and then we'll just talk about one other one that we've got. I didn't know that we could do this, by the way, is offer transfers. I didn't know that. Bradley Jennings Jr., linebacker out of Miami. Just for me, he's kind of a pure depth transfer prospect. I mean, that like virtually no stats over his time there since 2017. Another guy that kind of
for whatever that matters.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it matters or not, but I was doing a bit of driving today and listening to 1070 The Fan or 107.5 The Fan, I think now.
Yeah.
And Rab Johns was on, and he was talking Bradley Jennings up.
Really?
Yes. He was saying that's the kind of players that Indiana needs to transform the roster. So,
I mean, again, I'm going.
Maybe he knows. Correct. Yeah, that's all you can do, right, dude?
Yeah.
How many? I watched one Miami game this year, and it
The
was
Pitt game?
no, actually, I didn't watch the Pitt game. It was the first game of the season where they got absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah.
That's the only Miami game I watched. So all we can go off of is stats, right?
Yeah.
Like you and me have real-time jobs. We have families. We have hobbies. It's not like we're sitting around watching UNC and Miami games. So all we have is to go off of stats. So that's not me, dismissing what you're saying. All I'm saying is Rab Johns was talking him up on the morning show.
That's encouraging. That's encouraging because I just assumed he would be kind of a locker room ad, pure depth in case we had an injury from somebody else kind of ad. A guy that does have some pretty sick stats, Jacoby Windman from UNLV. We offered him today. He is a linebacker again from UNLV. I think he's a junior. Looks good as far as the stats go. A little bit of the tape that I watched, he looks fast, explosive. Had a good end of the season. Again, competition is a little bit different, but he did play some pretty good teams on their schedule.
San Diego State was ranked all year, and he devoured it. As soon as you gave me that name, I immediately went to YouTube, right? And you Google his name or you search his name in YouTube, and his highlights immediately came up from the San Diego State game, who was a ranked team.
And UNLV is not a good team. So to have somebody like that putting up the stats like that, that'd be a good pickup for sure. This is fun. This is going to be a fun little part we're going to do here until we actually hire somebody, maybe.
Hot board time,
yes.
And it's not of the basketball variety.
Yes. Our friends over at Peaks have a hot board up for offensive coordinator. So we talked about the two who
and one, hey, there was a Venn diagram, right?
Yeah.
Western Kentucky guy. His name's right in front of me.
I can't think of his name.
I'll get it here in a second. So we at least got him right.
And then the other one I spoke about that I may or may not have been given the name.
Zach
Kittley. That's Western Kentucky. The one that I talked about, Bob Weiner from Toledo, I was handed that name by a source as a possible replacement. So we'll keep in mind. But what we're doing now, Brandon and I are going to name 2 to 3 that we think off of the hot board that we would like as an offensive coordinator. Brandon, I've got 3.
So I have 3, but one is me crossing one off.
Okay.
One is I'm saying, guys, don't buy into it. So I'm just gonna get that away. We're not getting Graham Harrell, guys.
That's my number 1, man.
Telling you right now, there ain't a chance in hell.
Yeah.
Chance in hell. We get
Graham Harrell.
We get Graham Harrell.
The USC, the let go USC offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. That seems to be what the combination needs to be. That makes sense with the current coaching staff in its place. That seems to be what we need. So then I guess if you're going to take my number 1 off, my new number 1, Major Applewhite from South Alabama.
Was my number 1 as well.
Former Texas quarterback, he coached at Texas, right? He coached at Houston as a head coach. He's been on the Alabama staff a couple times. Also an offensive coordinator, quarterback coach combo, which would be perfect. So that would be, I guess,
there is a QB coach There is a QB coach vacancy, so slot does matter here. So yeah, no, I mean he was never the head coach. He was the assistant head coach at Texas.
No, I mean at Houston. Houston, he was a head coach.
Yes, he was Houston head coach. Correct.
Yes. For I think 1 year, 1 or 2 years. It didn't go real well for him. I think he was the one I think I had the run in with who was the guy that plays for Buffalo now? Was like the number 1 overall draft pick, defensive lineman.
No idea.
Oh man, I can't think of him. You guys are screaming at it, I'm sure. Who's the last one that you got on the list?
So anyway, I want to go more into Major Applewhite here.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So, well, first of all, one of the most badass names in all of sports. Like that's top of the name list. Major fucking Applewhite is actually what I had. But other key things here, and I think this is really going to matter as far as the success. And we want to get guys like Kalen DeBoer, right? That's the goal. Like you want to bottle that up and try to replicate that. So you want somebody who wants to be a head coach, who has head coach aspirations and not down the line. Like I never felt like Nick Sheridan was coaching for his next position. He was coaching for experience, right? Major Applewhite doesn't want to be the IU offensive coordinator. He wants to be a head coach again. That's the kind of guy you want. You want the guy kind of looking ahead, knowing
like a contract to your player.
Exactly. Like you want him performing at his highest, working as hard as he can so he can get back there. Major Applewhite checks that box for me.
I like that.
He has ties to the South. No offense to Nick Sheridan. He was very instrumental in Josh Hoover. So I guess that can't go, but he wasn't tied in like Charlton Warren, like some of our other coaches down in Florida. Major Applewhite is, right? He's got ties to the South. That's important. We know Tom Allen hires people he trusts. He just worked with Kane Womack. He checks that box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And there's your IU tie.
And probably the most important to me, which I think hurt Sheridan the most, he has experience at every level.
Yes. Anybody that's been on the Alabama coaching staff, it's almost like being on the Patriots coaching staff, like the Belichick tree.
Yep. So every box I'm looking at, Major Applewhite checks for me. Like I just listed all the things I'm looking for. There wasn't a box he left unchecked.
Yep. So, I'm with you. What's your last one?
So this one isn't the sexy one, but I do think it checks enough boxes for me. Right. And it's Chip Lindsey.
Okay.
What did you think about that name? Just again, while looking at that hot board.
I'm looking back here through. I mean, I've looked at all of them today, so my head's like a little scrambled on it.
Yeah. So that's fine.
There we go. Okay. From the head coach from Troy that was just let go, right?
Yes. So huge stats at almost everywhere he went besides Troy, right? Showing that he can't really be a head coach, but huge numbers at Southern Miss, huge numbers at Arizona State, huge numbers at Auburn. Ties all around in the South, right? Has overlap. You know that Tom Allen is a phone call away from, anyone who was in Auburn in 2017, 2018. You know, he's a phone call away. So he can, check references pretty easily. He can vet him pretty well. He fits into that quarterback coach slot. He's a little older than probably I want. That's kind of the only thing. It doesn't hit that, like, does he want to be a head coach again? Is he going to be coaching for his next job? But everything else that I just mentioned for Major Applewhite, Chip Lindsey kind of hits. Yeah. It's that one thing that, maybe he isn't trying to get another head coaching gig. Is the only maybe, but again, heavy Southern presence, heavy layover with Tom Allen, result in multiple different conferences. A head coach in Alabama. I don't know if you look deep enough there. Hoover High School is like, the high school in
Alabama.
Alabama.
Two-a-days on MTV, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, he was surprising because I'd never heard of the guy. Like, I'll be honest, before this hot board came out. But out of all of the other guys, he kind of fits the bill. And he's also kind of the anti-Nick Sheridan. He's older. He has experience. If optics shouldn't matter with a hire, I don't know if anyone listening is in hiring, optics shouldn't matter, but they often do, right? Like they often shouldn't play a matter in a candidate, but they do. Chip Lindsey is the 180. He is the antithesis of Nick Sheridan.
Yeah.
And that may matter. So that was one that just stood out. And this was going to be kind of my like off the wall one that I didn't think you and Seth would bring up. So, my sorry guys, we're not getting him as Grant Harrell. Chip Lindsey is probably like my realistic one. Like if I really had to look at all of these guys, that's my realistic one. And the guy I really want is Major Applewhite.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to change mine. I had Justin Frey on there, former IU offensive lineman, current UCLA offensive lineman. I didn't see that he was let go.
Yeah.
I'm going to change mine to Chip Long.
So do you want to, okay, so let me just go to the Justin Frey. You know who that reminded me of?
Who's that?
Matt Canada. Remember when Matt Canada was all the rage to come in and be offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it fits perfectly. He's been in a college coach. He's been in the NFL. He played at IU. And it's like, man, Matt Canada's that's kind of like a perfect fit. And for some reason, it just never came up. Like, I think Justin Frey is like this hot board's Matt Canada.
Yeah. So
I think you just write it off. Like, for some reason, it didn't happen, so it won't happen. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you. I kind of wrote him off simply because, if it's the obvious answer, it probably isn't the answer.
So what do you think about Chip Long, Tulane's current offensive coordinator? Now, the only problem is he's not a quarterback coach. If anything, if he was going to coach another position, it would probably be offensive line or tight ends, but that's neither here nor there. If I told you we could get an offensive coordinator that coached at the following universities: Louisville, Arkansas, Illinois, Arizona State, Memphis. In Memphis, when he was there, they were top 20 in scoring offensive, passing offense, and completion percentage, passing efficiency, and first downs. And then Notre Dame, where they were top 25 offense every year he was there, Tennessee, and Tulane. That's a good enough resume for me. Again, maybe not a guy that's a one and done, like one and then grab a head coaching job. He probably needs a little bit more experience as an offensive coordinator. He's been an offensive coordinator at 3 stops, one of them being Notre Dame for 3 years. So that's good enough for me right there. I mean,
so here's my thing with Chip Long. Is he might be maybe too good for us? 1, 2, would Notre Dame want to go get him back right now?
Well, would you? But I don't know. They're not going to go get him as a head coach.
They're not going to get him as a head coach, but I mean, certainly as a tight ends coach.
Depends on who they hire. Now, if they hire within, so this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
it's either within or please be Luke Fickell. If they hire within, then maybe they go out there and grab him back. The problem.
I like Chip Long a lot is I think where I'm getting at. And
but
I think
getting him from Tulane should not be a problem.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, that's it for
one
that part of it.
One guy that I could probably convince myself.
Graham Harrell.
No. And simply, again, kind of checks my boxes. Overlay with Tom Allen, major influence in the South. Huge numbers, is the Liberty offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Maurice Harris.
Yeah.
A lot of layover with Tom Allen, deep Southern. And I actually watched more Liberty games than I watched Miami games. Liberty's a fun team to watch, man.
Surprisingly good.
They put up so many points and they do so many creative, like Now, we talked about it all throughout the year. Like, creative doesn't mean you need to be running, hook and ladders and double reverses, but that's what Liberty did. Like, Liberty was like literally watching a kid playing a video game. They were just doing fun stuff. And, I think IU needs that. So he was kind of my, like, if you and Seth took the guys I was going to take, my random one was going to be Maurice Harris.
Yeah.
But like you said, same with Chip Long, he's not a quarterback's coach. So there isn't a perfect fit there.
Something makes me feel like it's going to be an exciting hire, no matter what it is. I don't know. For some reason, I keep coming back to Walt Bell too.
Ugh, why? That's the one I kind of hated the most.
Really?
Honestly.
I just don't think you like his face.
He very punchable face.
Yeah. But offensive coordinator at Houston, Maryland, Florida State.
Dude, Florida State was bad.
Were they bad when he was there?
Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that just like, he seems smart and then he just isn't. I don't know. I don't like him.
Yeah. It's going to be Graham Harrell. We get it. That's fine.
Major Applewhite all day.
That's fine too. Okay, real quick before we get to Brando's Randos, we'll do a super quick word from our sponsor, Monon Track Club. MTC is Indiana's running brand built on a deep love for the sport and the Hoosier State. They craft products, tell stories, and create experiences that aim to celebrate, support, and add to Indiana's running culture. Check out the link in the show notes for more details on their club runs and to shop their gear, from shirts to hoodies to koozies. As a thank you to our listeners, they are offering 10% off your order. Use promo code LEO10. That's LEO10 at checkout. Now, back to everybody's favorite part of the show. Brando's Randos. Brandon, what you got?
Definitely has it's championship weekend, right?
Yes.
So it's got a championship flair to it, to these. And we'll start with the one here happening in Indianapolis this weekend. Have you ever been to the Big Ten Championship?
Yes, I have. I went to Wisconsin, Nebraska. 2011, 12, somewhere in there. That was fun, dude, because that was like brand new Nebraska. And I went with my buddy who's a Wisconsin fan. And dude, it was crazy. Melvin Gordon went off. I can't even remember Ball. What's his name? Monty Ball. Man, that was nuts. We left in the middle of the third quarter, I think, when he finally felt comfortable, when it was somewhere like around 50 something to 20 something. And maybe it was 60 something to 20 something, but it was not a close game at all. I just remember it was a fun atmosphere. Definitely something I just can't wait for IU to get to it, but definitely something I would do again if there were two teams there that I didn't totally hate.
Yeah. No, I've never been to any championship game, basketball or football. I'm super jealous. That sounds awesome.
I've been to the basketball too.
Now I tailgate, right? Or not tailgate, but like I'm always around downtown. I think this will be the first year that I'm not down at one of like the block parties or Kilroy's tent or something like that. Like, if you haven't at least been around the downtown Indianapolis for this, you're missing out. Even
if you're not going to the game, just go to the convention center.
Yep.
And it's all Big Ten based. It's not just based around those two teams. There's cool things you can do. There's
always some kind of bar
games.
crawl.
Yep.
Or like, if you're looking for a party atmosphere, it's there. If you're looking for a family atmosphere, it's there. Like, if you're looking just to check out like live music and whatever, it's there. Like, Indianapolis is just a heck of a host city. It's really fantastic.
Yes, they are.
So next question here. If you had to go to another conference's championship game, which one would you go to?
Like this game, or just like in general?
In general, like not Pitt, Wake Forest, not
SEC.
Alabama, Georgia. Gotta be, right?
Yeah. I feel like I want to see that stadium. The Butthole Stadium. But other than that, I mean, that atmosphere has got to be insane.
Yeah. The tailgate's got to be out of this world.
Yeah.
The
totally
tailgate
agree.
for the Tennessee game, and that we had a ton of fun.
Uh-huh.
That was really fun.
That was pretty good. Yeah, we parked in the wrong spot, but
It's okay.
it's a good time.
Notre
What's
Dame
up?
is obviously on the top of everyone's mind. And that got me thinking, does Notre Dame suffer for not playing in a conference championship? Like if they were in the ACC right now and they're playing Wake Forest and they win the ACC, I think that helps them if they can be a conference champion.
They're going to make a New Year's Six bowl, right?
Yes.
So I think that's their peak at this point in the season. So no.
See, I don't. I think an ACC champion leapfrogs an American like Cincinnati. Like, despite head to head, like if you're playing a conference schedule, you're going to have better wins and you're going to win a major conference. I don't know. Notre Dame's never going to be part of a conference, so it's a little bit of a dumb question.
Yeah.
But
unless we have another pandemic. So.
And then last question here, and I'm really missing Seth on this one. College football prediction. It's going to come out next Tuesday. Or do you want to do this after we pick the games? That may make some more sense after we pick the games.
The playoff, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pick the games and then ask that question.
Okay.
We don't have any super spreader Seth Sack today. So let's get right into it. This is what this pod is actually all about, guys. We are going to talk about the conference championship games of the Power Five for the most part, except for one, which I'll make fun of that one in a minute. Let's start with the first one. They're in order on the time that they are on the telly. The Pac-12 championship is Friday night. It's on ABC. It pits the number 10 Oregon Ducks against the number 17 Utah Utes. Believe it or not, Utah giving 2.5 in this game. This is funny, and I'll tell you about this in a minute. The Utes are coming off a big home victory over the Ducks from a couple weeks ago. I remember that game, watching it. I think it was after
I put a lot of money on Oregon.
One of the IU games. Yeah. Dude, that place was rocking. And the funny thing about them winning that game, if they would have lost that game to Oregon would have still been in the title hunt. And that would have put Utah somewhere around a 65% chance of making the Rose Bowl. Since they won that game, their chances of making the Rose Bowl are around 30% because they have to play Oregon again. And Vegas doesn't, well, they do now, I guess, but Vegas doesn't believe that they can actually win this game. So, what is your prediction for this game?
I'm going with my jaded heart over my head in this. Oregon, this line was almost identical. I think it was either 2 or 2.5. Utah was the favorite. So I took Oregon plus money. I took Oregon money line, and I threw a substantial amount of money on this, and I'm not going to get screwed again. So I'm taking Utah.
Oh,
minus 2.5.
Oh, you're not going to give me a score?
No, sure. I don't know what the over-under is, so I can't get it accurate.
Over-under, yeah.
Call it 38-35, Utah.
Okay. I am going to go the opposite way because I am a low-key Ducks fan. Oregon wins 31-24. So there you go. Mark it down. Believe who you want to believe.
But how funny is that the Pac-12, the forgotten conference, is on a Friday night? Like, yeah. I ain't gonna freaking watch this game if we're being honest.
I'll watch this game. I'll watch it. I don't even know where they're playing it at. Do they play at that Oregon, Utah?
Pac-12 should be reserved to Saturday nights when you've had too many drinks.
It's in San Francisco.
And you're watching it just for fun.
Well, on Allegiant Stadium, wherever that's at, San Jose or whatever it is. I don't know. That'll be a fun one, I think. The first game of the big time conferences, Big 12, who has 10 teams. They play at noon on ABC. It's number 9 Baylor, who's low key been sneaking up the polls the entire year, against number 5 Oklahoma State, who, believe it or not, Brandon, is a defensive juggernaut. The Cowboys beat the Bears 24-14 in week 5. Can Oklahoma State push for the playoff, Brandon?
Oh, yeah, no, they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game handedly, and they're going to get in over in Cincinnati. I've been saying all year.
That's not what I want.
They're gonna get in over Cincinnati, and it's going to be absolute controversial. And I'm going to love it. It's going to be chaos town, and that's what I want. I want chaos, and that's why Oklahoma. They're going to win by 2 scores. They're going to win 35-22.
Ooh, okay, 35-22. I've got them winning. 21. I've got them. I don't have them giving up that many points. I've got them winning 27-17. And I've got a different story on that. So we'll talk about that because it sounds like that's another rando that you have for the end here. Let's talk about the next game, the game of the year, the one everybody's been waiting for since the beginning of the season, pretty much. SEC Championship, 4:00 CBS. Number 1, Georgia versus number 3, Alabama. Georgia has zero pressure in this game, dude. Like, they lose, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
If they win, can't go any higher. So, but what they can do is knock Alabama out of the playoff. Granted, it's not like a last second field goal kind of thing. Either way, Georgia has allowed, this is a fun fact for the day. Georgia has allowed a total of 83 points this season. All season, every game they've played, they've allowed 83 points. If you double it and then let that team score 2 more touchdowns, you'll get to who is number 2 in the country, and that's Clemson. That's the gap. Double 83 plus 14 more points, and then that puts you at the number 2 overall scoring defense in Clemson. Brandon, I've got the Dogs winning this one 24-13. What do you got?
Roll damn time.
Oh, my God. Get the F out of here, man.
What did you say on? You said this on the outline. You said it on here. They're going to be playing looking ahead. If I'm Georgia, I'm thinking about maybe not playing my guys the whole game. The worst thing that can happen here is ruining your perfect season for what? A full strength Georgia can beat a full strength Alabama, but this game doesn't matter. You don't risk a national championship for an SEC championship. You just don't. Okay, you play conservative. You don't show anything, right? Yeah. I think Georgia treats this as a warm-up game. They're going to play. They're going to call. Their play calling is going to be conservative. Their snap counts are going to be conservative. They're going to play this thing safe. I'm taking Alabama money line for all those reasons. I do think this game is super close because I don't think Alabama is normal Alabama. I have this game as 17-14 Alabama.
So the counter argument to not wanting to win this game is what I kind of said about Alabama's stakes. If they win this game, they no longer have to worry about maybe the second best team in the country in the playoff. Probably
I don't think
in
there's
the final.
A second best team in the country. I think there's Georgia and everybody else.
Well, that's what I mean. But if anybody's going to be if anybody's going to give them in that top 6 a real run for their money, it has to be Alabama, right? Where's the high-powered offense? That's what you have to have. I mean, the number one, like the most points they've given up all year was 17 against Tennessee, and Tennessee's offense is pretty good. That's it. So let's talk about the ACC. Nobody cares. Just kidding. Let's talk about the AAC.
No, ACC, Kenny Pickett. Kenny
so taking
Pickett.
Pitt. I don't even have a score for this one.
I didn't look it up either. Taking Pitt to win.
I'll take Pitt to win 69-68. There you go. That'll be a fun one, I guess, if you guys want to watch that. I don't even know when it's on or what channel it's on. I'm assuming maybe like ESPN. I don't know. But the AAC, the big time game, 4:00 ABC, number 21 Houston versus number 4 Cincinnati. Cincinnati giving 10.5 in this one. I've said this all season that they may trip up against one of these teams. The one team I thought they would trip up against, SMU, they just blew them out. But they have not played Houston. Houston's on a roll, 11 straight wins. Can they take out the Bearcats? Can the Cougars take down a Bearcat? I'm going to ask Google.
I would guess that a Cougar could absolutely take down a Bearcat. But because I also host a gambling show every Saturday morning discussing college football, I happen to know these stats pretty well. Before last weekend, Cincinnati had been 1-6 against the spread. Before last weekend, they won 2-6. Before last weekend, they were 0-4 on the road against the spread. Now they're 1-4. They covered on the road. ECU sucks. This game, while it's neutral site, last time I checked, that's not at home, right? And Cincinnati doesn't cover spreads. So I'm taking Houston, but I love the hook here. The Vegas is so good. The hook is what matters.
It is at home. It is at Nippert.
It is in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's fucking stupid. Sorry, drop F-bomb. Well, that kind of changes things. Wow, I cannot believe a conference plays championship at home. That's interesting. That might change things a little bit. Regardless, I think Cincinnati wins. I don't think Cincinnati covers because they haven't covered all year. But I do like that 10 points. So I see this as something as, 28-20 Cincinnati.
Oh man, we're pretty close. Well, not really. 28-20. I've got the Bearcats not covering either. But one of those, you got to be effing me, Vegas, not covers. I got the Cougars putting up 27. I got Cincinnati scoring 37. So 10 points.
So you're with me. I think the hook is all that matters here when I was originally looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
That hook is Vegas is so good.
Houston is such a hard team to bet against, though, because they can go off or they can just be like.
Yeah, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They've been Jekyll and Hyde all year.
So speaking of the Big Ten championship game, I'll watch it because it's on, but I don't have a whole lot of interest in it. Somehow the number 2 Michigan Wolverines are going up against the number 13 Iowa Hawkeyes, who are getting 10.5 points. That is a fat spread.
That's a huge spread.
But the only thing I wrote down, and it's a good question, Brandon, is Iowa good?
I don't think so. I think Michigan's a better version of what Iowa wants to be, right? Good run game, good defense, ball control, doesn't turn the ball over, solid but not great quarterback. Spencer Petras is going to struggle in this game.
But he's got a good offensive line, so
Petras is going to struggle. Again, I think this is a really good line. I have them in the little number stimulation that I run. I have Michigan winning by 12 in this game. I have it 30-18.
Okay.
Is what I have. So I do have a Michigan slight cover here. I probably won't bet the spread in this game. I'll probably take the under. I don't know what that is yet. The under is probably the better play here. But I think Michigan wins. And I think it's I don't think this game is entertaining. If the ACC game is on at 8:00, which I hope it is, I will be watching the ACC game instead.
There you go. I've got Michigan winning as well by a touchdown. Michigan 24, Iowa 17.
It is. The ACC game is on 8:00. That's what I'll be watching. I will not be watching that.
I think you should watch this one. It seems like the Big Ten championship always is pretty exciting outside of that Wisconsin. Well, maybe not so much. But even last year, Northwestern Ohio State was pretty fun for a little bit.
Oh, well, don't take the under.
Don't? What is it? Low? 42?
43 right now, but
that'll
continue to go. I mean, the score I just gave is clearly under, but holy cow, that's got to be one of the lowest over-unders.
Did you say 30-18?
I did. Over. That's over. That's 48 points.
Mine's over as well. Michigan 24, Iowa 17. Okay. let's get back to your question, or what I'm assuming your question was. Who is making the college football playoff?
Yes.
I'm going to shock you with mine. So I'd like for you to go first.
So here's the thing. If the Tide beat the Dogs, can the Dogs be number one?
No, they won't be number one.
They won't be number one.
I think
Correct.
Alabama jumps them to number one.
I don't.
You don't? You think Michigan goes number one? Do you know how unbearable those people would be, or do you think Georgia just stays there?
I think Georgia just stays there.
I think if Alabama wins,
especially because did you hear? It wasn't Gary Barta. It was somebody else. They were saying the entire season matters more than this one game. And I think he was saying that directly in the camera to Georgia.
Well, the entire season mattered not at all last year. So I don't know what he's talking about.
You can go and look into the quote. He was interviewed yesterday when the rankings came out.
I'm not. You don't say his name on this podcast.
So he said the entire season matters, which is why I think it's going to be Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Alabama 3, Oklahoma State 4.
I can't get over the Gary part of the entire season doesn't matter to him. IU was 6-1 last year.
Literally said that last night.
And Iowa State was 9-3.
On ESPN, he said the summation of the season matters.
Well, it sounded like a bunch of farts probably when it came out of his mouth. So, all right, here we go. At number 4. No, that's the surprising part. Okay. So number 1, I took the Dogs. So they're going to be number 1. Number 2, I took Michigan. They're going to be number 2. Number 3, saddle up. The Cowboys coming in. Number 3, Oklahoma State. And all chaos breaking loose here. Number 4, the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati. There you go. Write it down. Put it in your bets. You're going to win some money.
You know what I want? It's not going to happen.
You want Notre Dame?
It's not going to happen. Georgia to win.
Yeah.
Iowa to win. Houston to win. Baylor to win.
Why? So I was kidding about Notre Dame, but yeah, you want Notre Dame in the college football playoff?
They would they move all the way up to number 2?
They would move into the top 4. I think Alabama might even get in with two losses.
I think Alabama would get in with a 2. I really wanted to be. Would Ohio State jump up?
I would quit college football.
Would it be with all those teams lose, which is realistic? Like it's not outside the realm of possibility. It could be Georgia 1, Notre Dame 2, Alabama 3, Ohio State 4. The same freaking 4 that we always outside of Clemson. I would just think that would just the NCAA would love it. The people would hate it. Like that would just be hilarious.
If Baylor beats Oklahoma State, do they not jump in?
They don't jump Notre Dame.
So Notre Dame goes in.
Where's Ohio State at right now?
Ohio State's at 7.
They jump up.
Ole Miss is at 8, but they're off, so it doesn't matter. What about a Pac-12 championship or Pac-12 champion?
Well,
who did they lose to? They lost to Stanford and Utah. Stanford's a bad loss. Utah's a decent loss.
All I'm saying is I'm either pulling for 2 things. I'm pulling for Cincinnati not to get in no matter what, because I saw them in person and they're not good.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling for chaos or chalk. And Cincy doesn't get in.
Man, I want chaos with Cincy in, but I want Cincy in at 4.
See, because I don't. If we're gonna go chalk, I want Cincy in at least 3 because I think they can give Michigan a game. I also don't think Michigan is good.
No, man, there's no good teams outside of Georgia. Like nothing makes me feel like, yeah, that's a really good team.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Ohio State, Georgia would be a fun game. That would be a fun game to watch. All right. Let's wrap it up. We'll see what happens this weekend. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter. It's it's Twitter at Podcast LEO. Be sure to download, follow, rate, review, tell all your friends about all of us, and give us bad reviews, but give us 5 stars or give us good reviews. That'd be fine too. But if you're going to give us a bad one, at least give us 5 stars too. And we'll talk to you next week, and we'll review our predictions. We'll talk about how dumb Brandon is with his stupid top 4. And that's it.
More transfer news.
Yeah, more transfer news. Hopefully in instead of out.
Maybe a new coach.
Maybe we'll have a coach. No,
if you listened, we guessed it might be in that next Sunday to Wednesday range, which is within our next pod. So
yes.
Maybe
tell them, guys. I love you. Leo.
Awesome day. Leo.
Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Leo.
All right, great. Leo. Appreciate you guys. Leo.
You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. Leo.
Have a great day. Leo. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And Leo.
Oh, thank you so much. Leo.
Well, thanks so much, Leo. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. Leo. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. Leo. Awesome. Leo.